Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Shelly from Art for My Table, and today we are going to make up some Tex Mex Burger Packets. So this recipe is actually from 5 Dinners in 1 Hour, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about their service in a few minutes. But first of all, I just need to put the links and everything in the description so that you can have easy access to it. So I'm going to take a second and do that. If you are watching on the replay, then just feel free to skip ahead a couple of minutes and then we'll get right into it. So feel free to tell me where you're watching from while you are waiting. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. All right. Now I just have to get one more thing done and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about 5 Dinners in 1 Hour. 5 Dinners 1 Hour is a meal planning, meal prep system, and the idea is that you spend 1 hour prepping 5 dinners, and so that kind of sets you up for the week. So it's especially good for if you are just really short on time for cooking. Or if you maybe don't especially enjoy cooking, but you're looking for, you know, just good, well-balanced, you know, good, tasty, flavorful meals. So it's really great. So I've actually done it, you know, where I've prepped like a whole week's worth of stuff and did that. So it was just very easy, and then your dinner is set. So you pretty much just need to come home and stick it in the oven. So it's really a brilliant design, and it's really cool. So today, I am actually going to just take you, I'm not taking you through a whole thing, but if you follow 5 Dinners in 1 Hour on Facebook, they often do live videos of them prepping a whole week's worth of meals. So, anyway, you know, you can always go check them out. So, but today I'm just prepping these Tex Mex burgers. So I'm actually going to be photographing this, and so I just thought it would be fun to show you how I am going to prep it, and you know what you would do during the week. And then I also have like a finished one too, so you can see it, just so you can get an idea about how easy the recipes are. Hi, Kristen. Oh, my vacation. Well, thank you for asking. Vacation was warm, and my favorite stop was the Bahamas, was Half Moon Cay. I'm just gonna slice some of these tomatoes while I tell you about it, because they're kind of large. These are grape tomatoes, so I want to cut them down a little bit before I put them in. So the vacation was nice. We did have some rocky boat a little bit. We went on a cruise. Half Moon Cay was my favorite stop. It was just a beach day, and the water was crystal clear and turquoise. I mean, just gorgeous. And we had great weather. So a couple downsides, and one is, first of all, I don't want to give you the impression that I wasn't grateful to be on vacation, because I so was. Unfortunately, I was under the weather for a lot of the trip. So I do feel like I missed something. Hey Melissa, how you doing? So I kind of missed a lot because of that, but it was still nice to be away, and it wasn't like awful, but it just like I was not up to par and I was really tired. But we still very much enjoyed it. So here's the other thing that I kind of remember about cruises, because we have been on cruises before, but it has been since before I had kids. So probably 14 years ago, technically, that we were on one. And I remember then too that they had, I kind of forgot about it, but they have all this entertainment that happens really late at night. So this girl right here, she is not a night owl. I mean, I am not a night owl. I am a morning person. And I just have way more energy in the earlier part of the day than I do in the evening. And I really do feel solar powered. So, yeah, Kristen, you can relate. So, when the sun goes down, so do I. I can stay up until 10 o'clock in the summer before getting in my bed and reading and unwinding and going to sleep. But in the wintertime, it is lights out at 9:30. I'm off it. My neighbor called me last night at, it was just before 8 o'clock, and she was like, hey, I was wondering if you want to go for a walk, once you get the kids in bed. And I was like, it's dark outside. Was my first thought. And then I was like, let me just be honest. I have my pajamas on already. I was ready. I tried to stay up and watch the figure skating, and I was like, oh my gosh, when are they going to start? I'm so tired. So anyways, I kind of found it. So we had an early dinner on the cruise at 5:30, and then the first event started at 7:45. And this was, it was a really fun cruise. It was a marriage cruise put on by Family Life Today. And so they had a lot of popular Christian entertainers. And hey, Deanna, thanks for joining us. And just some great, it was a marriage cruise. So just some great, encouraging, awesome stuff. And I just missed so much. So they're like, yeah, Plum is playing at 10, and IMA is playing at 11, and Brandon Heath. I'm like, 11 o'clock? Who's going to go to a concert at 11 o'clock? And then at 11:30, they start the dive-in movie. so yeah, it was late, and so I didn't do that. I couldn't stay up that. And these people are, and then they're getting up. They're staying up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they're getting up for 8:30 devotions or something. Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't getting up for devotions, and I was going to bed no later than 10 every night. Some nights earlier because I didn't feel good. But anyway, all that to say, that was a long answer, so thank you for asking about my vacation. And I so wanted to get some vanilla from the Dominican Republic, and we actually went there. That was our first stop, and we did a zip lining tour, which was really fun. And so we were going to grab some vanilla on our way out, and we totally forgot. So, oh well. Sorry, 1 second. Just get a trivet and set it back here.
Okay.
Okay? So that would be great. Or, you could set it on the stove. You could set it on the stove too. So, all right. So sorry about that. Anyways, I'm talking too much. So let's get going on this. You really can prepare 5 dinners in 1 hour. Maybe I can only do 1. No, that's not true. So what I have here is I have some Monterey Jack cheese and some cilantro, and then I have some tomatoes. I also have black beans and corn, so you can see all the Tex Mex. And then you can use, I'm using just some garlic powder just to keep it easy, and then a little chili powder. And then I have my burgers. So what's great about this is, 5 dinners for 1 hour keeps everything super simple. And so, hey Holly, thanks for joining us. They keep it really easy and really simple. So the recipe actually says to calls for frozen burger patties, which is so low maintenance, right? You just go to the store, you can buy them already frozen, and then you make up these packets. Now, mine are not frozen, and then they kind of defrost in the fridge until you're ready to cook them. So mine are not frozen. We buy a cow, and so I have tons of ground beef in my freezer. So being the like frugal, practical kind of person I am, I just thawed out some meat and whipped up some burgers. So that's what I did. But you know, the idea of, you know, doing it quick like that, I love that too. I just didn't want to waste that. So let's see if I can demo this for you. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. I think ideally, if I wasn't trying to include everything on the camera, I probably would just spread out all of my packets. So let's see if I can make that happen. Here's some of my toppings. I think I just have, I'm doing 6, so you just may not be able to see all of this. Here I thought I had everything arranged so nicely. So anyway, all right. Here's what else happened while we were on vacation. I had a puker, awesome. One of my kids was sick. The babysitter got a fever. We're like, oh, good grief. Although I did not know any of that while I was on vacation, which was really nice of them to not tell me because, you know, I just would have worried. So she was awesome. She handled everything just great. Okay, so I kind of do have my little assembly line going here. I don't know how much of it you can see. Well, you can definitely see some of it. So we're going to go here. I'm going to start with placing my burgers, my patties that are already made. And again, you can start with frozen. I'm just going to put one of these on each of these foil packets here. Easy peasy. And then we're going to put on, let me wash my hands a second. Okay, so now we're just going to add these other things to it. So I'm going to do just along the side of the burger some black beans. And we'll just add all of our little toppings. I'm saying toppings, but I'm putting it on the side. But anyway, and then once it's cooked, we'll put it all together, you know, on the bun. So. Okay, and then I'm going for some corn next. And this is just, I started with frozen corn. It's somewhat thawed right now, but the idea is that, you know, it will just thaw in your fridge. So, you can do it either way. And then next I'm going to go in with some tomatoes. Now, I'm going to leave, I've got 2 people that don't love tomatoes, so in my family. I do make them try tomatoes every now and then because, you know, it's good to try new things, and our tastes definitely change as we go through life. Has any of you ever noticed that? Have you ever not liked something and now you like it? So I often will give my kids a thank you helping, but not every time. And here's the other thing. I love tomatoes, especially like fresh from my garden tomatoes. So here in Michigan in the wintertime, it's hard to get really super yummy, flavorful tomatoes, but I find that when they're cooked, that really helps to bring out the flavor, so enjoy them a little bit more. I mean, there's just nothing like fresh, right? So I'm going to leave tomatoes out of 2 of them because I'm not going to make my kids have a no thank you helping this time around. And more for me. More tomatoes for me. So, is that selfish? Probably. So, okay. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic powder, and you could do fresh garlic as well. I just, in the interest of keeping this super simple, I'm just sprinkling some garlic powder right on the burger and a little bit on the vegetables too. Because, hello, garlic. Love garlic. And then I also have just some chili powder that I'm going to sprinkle on the burger and on the vegetables. So it's just going to give it some more flavor. And you could, you know, add more to make it more spicy if you wanted to. We have some people that enjoy spicy and some that don't. But a little chili powder still gives a great flavor. So, okay, and now I'm going to add some cheese. And, you know, totally optional. But really, cheese. Hey Jen, thanks for joining us. All right. Okay. And then we're gonna wrap these packets up. And so the idea is if I was prepping all 5 dinners ahead of time, taking time on the weekend or whatever to set myself up, I would wrap these up and just get them in the fridge. And then when it's time to cook them, you can do it several ways. You can do it on your grill. So, you know, I did mention it was Michigan, and we do use our grill in the winter, but today it is raining and cold. So, I'm not using my grill today. But you could cook these on the grill, or you can cook them just on like a baking sheet in your oven. So, and that's what I did for the one I'm going to show you in a minute that's already done. I did 400 for 20 minutes. So we'll see how that turns out. You may need to adjust that time according to, you know, your liking. But this is great. So I think this would work really well for like camping too. I try to do a lot of meals ahead of time when we go camping. And I think this would be like super convenient. There it is, like in this packet. So let me just finish wrapping these up, and then I will show you the one that's already finished. And we'll plate it, and then I get to photograph it. And then you can just serve this with tortilla chips and a salad. So it's another nice thing about the meal plan. It has your sides. Everything is included. It comes with a grocery list. And it's really affordable. So great idea for camping. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, that just came to me as I was making these, because we always like to do, I always like to do like foil packet meals when we camp. So as I was wrapping these up, I thought, yeah, this kind of reminds me of camping. So I think it would be awesome. So do you guys have any plans this weekend? It is Friday. I am looking forward to doing nothing, hopefully. We do not have any plans. We had kind of a busy week though. We had an orchestra concert, church Wednesday night, so yeah. And you know how it is when you get back from vacation, it just kind of takes a while to recover. Plus since I wasn't feeling that good, it's taking some time for me to get back to normal. So, I will spare you the details. My son earlier, I was kind of joking with him about this. So it was digestive issues. So that tells you something. So this morning I was joking with my son. I'm like, hey, good news. And I started giving some details. He's like, Mom, why are you telling me this? I was like, I don't know, because you're homeschooled and you're here. I just needed to celebrate that I'm getting back to normal. He was like, do not talk about that on Facebook Live. So I just did. All right, so there is my packets, and I can just throw these on a baking sheet and cook them in the oven. Or for now, I'm actually going to just store these in the refrigerator. So, oh, Jen, laundry and cleaning and catching up on housework. No, not fun at all. But you know, I kind of feel like I need to do that too. Actually, I did laundry right away when I got back, so that was nice. But yeah, my house isn't the same, when I had a babysitter here. So, hi Michelle, thanks for joining us. Okay, so let's see here what our finished product. So I did these in the oven because it's raining and cold outside, and I didn't want to go out there. So let's open up these packets and see how they look. All right. Get a little spatula here and I'll show you. Don't forget your hamburger buns. All right, so let's get this bad boy out of here. Ooh, I'm dripping. All right. Can you see that? As I shake my camera around, there we go. All right, so stick that on there, and then I have these yummy tomatoes and corn and black beans, and I'm just gonna stick those right on top. And there's so much more you could add to this if you wanted to. So, personally, I would probably slice up some avocado. You can dress it up with whatever condiments you want to. I think like salsa and yogurt would be really good on it. I think barbecue sauce would be really good on it. I think mayonnaise would be really good on it. So you obviously just whatever your tastes are. But here we have, and now I'm going to go ahead and put some cilantro on too. So you can do your cilantro beforehand. So the recipe actually calls for you going ahead and doing that first. I prefer mine to be not cooked, so it's totally just a personal preference. But I love, and I know cilantro too is kind of one of those love it or hate it. So if you guys love cilantro, give me a heart, and if you don't like it, give me a thumbs up. But I am definitely in love with cilantro, and so I'm just gonna garnish this here with that, and then I have my lovely burger. See if I can get the camera. Can you guys see that? I see some hearts, yay! So doesn't that look yummy? And wasn't that so easy? So I'm really excited for lunch now. But check out, I put the description, or in the description, I put the link to 5 Dinners in 1 Hour, so you can go and check out kind of how it all works. But it's just absolutely brilliant if you are somebody that just doesn't have time to cook, or maybe that you just don't enjoy cooking that much. You can still get great, like well-balanced, nutritional, tasty, delicious meals. And it doesn't have to take you a lot of time. So as I mentioned in the beginning, it'll take you about an hour to prep 5 dinners worth. Did I say that right? Yeah, like 5 days worth of dinner. So anyway, it's absolutely brilliant, and you can go and check that out if that's something that you're interested in. And as for me, I'm going to go ahead and photograph this, because that's what I get to do next, and then I'm going to eat it, because what do we do with all this food, us food photographers? We have to eat it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will be checking in throughout the day and answering any questions that you have. You can find more recipes from me at artfrommytable.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of behind the scenes in the Instagram stories, so if you're into that sort of thing, then feel free to join me over there too. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and thank you so much for joining in today. We will see you later.